Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we're returning to our war against the United Kingdom and France. So let's dial down the intensity of the intelligence on some of the other nations because I don't want to fight everyone at the same time. And let's take a look at the almanac and the fleet disposition over here. So most of their forces are somewhat scattered around the world. I expect them to be attacking us at the moment. We don't have any capital ships at the moment, no main gunships at the very least, because our battleships and our battle cruisers are currently being rebuilt for better AA capabilities. That's fine because we've just last turn sunk a couple of British carriers, the Glorious in particular and the Audacity and Stalker. So both of these, all three of these ships were sunk in a battle by mostly our aircraft carriers and a single light cruiser off the American East Coast. So that was very, very nice for us, of course, but I do look forward to regaining our ships, so that'd be nice. We also do need to set up anti-submarine warfare duties, so let's set all of you guys here to trade protection. Yes, please. I'm also going to take the Hull class destroyer. These are the oldest destroyers with a little bit of just only 3-4 inch guns, so they only have very little gun capabilities, and these guys are all going to go to trade protection, and that should be okay. Right, so that does leave us with the Flosser and Reed classes. Flosser is mostly somewhat, at least some of them are on the west coast, and that's okay. Most of our cruisers are somewhere around, and we have got 6 active carriers, 2 carriers that are currently being rebuilt. Let's look at the enemy. So the enemy has 3 battleships in total, so that's more or less what we have. Although ours are only going to come up online next turn. They've got 5 battle cruisers, 1 being built. We only have 2, so there's a little bit of a gap there. We have many more aircraft carriers than they have. We've got 8 in total, including the 2 that are being rebuilt, while they only have 3. They have 2 light carriers. What is this? So the French have a light carrier of 40,000 tons? That seems awfully odd. There's probably a Lille class battlecruiser being rebuilt. If I do look at the tonnage and the year. Yeah, so this is a Lille. So the Lille itself actually is being rebuilt to a light carrier concept. But with only 19 guns, 19 aircraft, I'm very skeptical about whether that is going to be a good ship. Certainly looks very weird on this layout over here. Right, other than that they have very few light cruisers. Significant number of destroyers though. And an enormous amount of submarines. 100 submarines. Well, 94 submarines. So yeah, it's definitely good that we are spending a lot of anti-submarine warfare duty. That should be okay. Only 30... Yeah, I think we do need more corvettes as well, so let's actually open this design. Is there anything that we do want to change over here? I'll potentially give you better quality guns, even though I don't think it's going to have a significant effect. More light AA guns I think are fine, but yeah, the most important thing are the K guns, so that should be okay. Yeah, but you know what, we don't need to do any shift over here, so let's simply build a couple of these guys and let's sort them by type. KEs, the Landford over here. I think 10 more of those would be nice to get. Right, it will cost us a little bit of money, and we are losing money, but next turn I think we're going to be alright. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Norway is being... Tunisia, interesting. Yeah, we are losing a lot of victory points over there, but on the other hand, you know what, we have a lot of victory points to spare. Independence has finished their reconstruction. Colorado, Connecticut and California. Langley and Saratoga, that's lovely. 9-inch guns, better quality. No, and no. Italy occupies Greece in a blitzkrieg invasion. Interesting to see. Establish declaring war on Italy. What's your recommendation? Do we want to... let it be for now, I think. You know what? We're going to take it. We're losing a destroyer. We're losing a carrier, a light carrier. We've sunk 4 enemy submarines, 2 further, 6 submarines down. Interesting. And there's another enemy coastal raid. Estimated enemy forces 2 battle cruisers. Let's see what's going to happen over here. So it is night. It's basically midnight. That's extremely unfortunate because, but our battleships are back online, so that's lovely. So the California, Connecticut, and so these guys are out here and doing good things for us. You're scouting, you can be AI controlled. I'm completely fine with this. You're supporting these guys, that's okay, and you're supporting you're screening for them. That's okay, good. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's a good setup. And then we've got a couple of carriers over here, and these carriers are not independent, they are supporting. And this is a little bit awkward because it's the middle of the night and we are suspecting that they have got battle cruisers. So yeah, we kind of have to see about that though. Right. You are okay though. And then we have got potentially some aircraft from Portland, I guess. Yeah. Airbase Portland. You should also be doing some... Okay, you know what? Portland, you can... Your left thing can go significantly more in this direction. Maybe your right thing is going to go this way. Two-phase surge. And right, maybe a little bit more, yeah. And this is fine, I think. And if we can dial this up to at least 330, that'd also be lovely. Then you guys over here should also do this a little bit differently. Left thing can come basically what's over here. It's going to go down and this can go up a little. Right, so yeah, looking more for where they are much more likely to be. We're going to go for maximum combat air patrol. Right, you guys here can go to max speed. Let's see whether we can find any enemy. It's a coastal raid by them, so they should be coming towards us. I'm very concerned about our carriers being stumbled upon in the night by the enemy, but we do have radar, so it shouldn't be quite as bad. On the other hand, not all of our carriers do have significant speed, so we might have to think about that really. Let's see what we can find. Not much so far. We can certainly go for very fast speed over here. I'm not going to prepare any flights for now because it's night anyway. As soon as morning comes, we're probably going to prepare a couple of our flights. I didn't suspect them to have air superiority here, certainly not that close to Portland. So I would think that we can do much better than they. No reports of any enemy activity so far. Yeah, but I do want to keep to these waters. We're on very fast. Probably can go to ultra. I think it's probably going to start in the morning. Like really start. What are these carriers doing? Stop. Okay, so time has slowed down, so that means that somewhere on the map some things must be either in contact or very close to that. We're not seeing that for now though. These carriers are doing weird things. Okay, they're the first carrier flights, so that's okay. And you know what? I think that means we can start to prepare some strikes. Why am I seeing no aircraft over here? Weird. Okay. Nonetheless, you can prepare all of these guys. You know what? That's all fine. We are going to get all of these guys ready for naval strikes. You're going to pick heavy loadouts and torpedo loadouts. I think that's all good. I'm going to ready all of these strikes. 5 minutes. Still dawn phase, so there's the proper daylight circle. And you can see we are doing two-phase searches, so we have sent out aircraft already. Have we received any report yet? No. And they should be starting to report from basically this edge over here. I mean, they can spot something during night time, but it's very rare. Unknown ship fires at KE, so I'm guessing that they must be over here. Again, we haven't received any reports, but KEs. These are our coastal guard thingies, so it should be very close. And you know what? Are you actually scouting? You are. That's weird. You what? You're supporting. Can you scout? No. Only light cruisers can scout. There is a strangler. Right. Come on, we must be receiving reports. Kingfisher class is being... Landford is being... Where is that? Come on, give me some reports. I should be seeing something. There's a merchantman. Stop. 2 battle cruisers. Right. Strike craft. Carrier Division 10. You guys. You here are ready. You don't have any significant aircraft. You all have the aircraft that you claim to have, so that's very lovely to see. We're going to go for coordination strike over here. And we're going to immediately... It doesn't need to be coordinated. Let's launch here immediately. Our battleships are going to go to max speed. You're at 28 knots. That's fine. What's your gun range, actually? This is your gun range, but you can't see them yet. But some of these guys here can see them, so that's okay. Right, and we've got all forward armament, so that's nice because we'll be immediately able to trade some shots with them. There's the Lille class and the Marseille class. So the Lille class has 9 16-inch guns. I believe we only have 8. So they might outgun us on a ship-by-ship basis. And yeah, another 9. But we have one more ship. And they're firing heavy guns on this poor little corvette. Oh, it's medium hits. Yeah, but you're sinking. You're definitely sinking. Okay, so it's good that we are building some more of these guys. Let's try to come a little bit across there. Have you actually shot on the California? Yeah, you're trading shots at the very least. But all of our ships are firing and all of our main guns are already in action, so that is very lovely, and I do hope that our aircrafts are on the way. One of their turrets has jammed up, and curiously these turrets here are not working, or are not firing on us. Maybe they've used up all of the ammunition. I don't quite dare to believe that. That would be so lovely. So what have we got? So Carrier Division 10, that's what, the Bennington. What about the Saratoga then? What are you actually? You are in Division 7. Now you have no control over Division 7, is that what you're saying? We should also see some guys starting from Portland, I believe. But let's see about that. Right. There is the first hit on them. Lovely. Didn't take out anything. It's curious to see them only using 1 turret. Here they are using 2 turrets though. Really weird. Okay, no shots really making the mark for now. They're much faster than we are, so should be a little bit of a concern. I don't want to make any torpedo runs or anything like that. Fortunately, we have lost a ship here. All of our guys should be firing, yeah. All of our main guns are in action. We're actually driving them up against the coast. So yeah, let's circle around over here because they are trying to run away. But we have scored a hit here. And the good thing is they have very little rearmament. Basically only the Marseille class does have some guns pointing back. What are you shooting on? Are you shooting at the MiG? Probably. Only combat air patrol, so our strike craft haven't left the carriers yet. Some gun hits there. They're doing weird things. Potentially the Marseille class might have some rudder damage. Otherwise I'm not sure why it would do this sort of maneuver. Let's try to stay clear a little bit. What is it doing? Has it recovered and is it trying to circle around? Marseille class is being hit by the California and the Connecticut. Oh, look at that, magazine hit. Yeah, let's pick up some survivors. Magazine hit, so the Marseille class blows up just like that by a very nice hit from the Connecticut. Lovely, so that does leave only the little class in action, so very flimsy French ship over there. That's something like, there seems to be something wrong with our ships. And yeah, we can pick up some Frenchmen, why not? Okay, and we do have some dive bombers and torpedo bombers coming in for the Lille now, so it's gonna be hurting for them. Let's keep some distance with our battleships. No hits being scored, and I think they only have the all-forward armament, yeah. So they should be... Ooh, they are probably going for Lake Michigan. But there are our dive bombers. Lockheed Electrals are approaching the little class. And at the same time we're scoring a 16 gun and a 6-inch hit, so that's lovely to see. And 2 more hits by 16-inch guns. Yeah, do please pick up survivors. They've been killing a lot of our corvettes over here. That's not good because we know the Allies have an enormous amount of submarines, so we do need to counter these. So here we go. There is a bomb hit on this battle cruiser, and it does take out their second turret over here, so that's lovely to see. Doesn't really slow them down yet, which is unfortunate. Another bomb hit. That's lovely. Some further hits, so that's 16-inch shell and another bomb hit, so 3 bomb hits. Lovely. And there are our torpedo bombers, I believe. Yeah, the Dr. Dauntless down there. 2 more bomb hits. Really, that's good. 16-inch hit. Yeah, they are really toasty. And they're starting to slow down, I believe. Yeah, heavy damage 5 knots. They were at 30 knots not so long ago. And the last ship of France is sinking because it's been hit by a torpedo, by 2 torpedoes, by 3 torpedoes, by 4, 5 torpedoes. That's amazing. But we've lost some things. We've lost a destroyer here, and we've lost 4 corvettes. But they have lost all of their battle cruisers in this raid on us. So let's look at the ship details over here because I want to know just how bad it was. So the Marseille. The log entry here must say that, yeah, there's a 16-inch hit, so there's a salvo from Connecticut that's connecting quite nicely. It is hitting the deck on the engine room at 10,000 yards, and it does some damage, and there's another hit on the magazine and just blows up. Very bad design, I think. Some certainly design flaw. 36,000 tons, so that's pretty bad. And is that actually only an improved director? Interesting. Crew quality -1. So I think at some point we probably hit their bridge. Yeah, and see, they had a jammed rudder and it was being repaired. So extremely quickly actually. So within 8 seconds or so, they did repair 7 seconds. They did repair their rudder. But they did still mean that they were close enough to on us, so yeah. Oh wait a minute, there was a critical hit as well, right? Critical hit rudder damage, yeah, so that was some damage that we caused. And then there is the Dunkirk. Just look at that, 5 torpedo hits, 8 bomb hits. So again our carriers were decisive over here. 6-inch hits, 6-inch hits. Secondary battery hits, just a lot of hits. One of the first hits did disable one of the turrets. Yeah, and then the first bomb hit is destroying a turret because it's hitting the roof. From Bennington, evading air attack, there's another bomb hit. All penetrating the deck, penetrating the extended deck. Another turret destroyed. Superstructure hit. Some splinters damaging the hull. 16-inch superstructure path through, so it's actually passing through the entire thing. And then we have just an enormous amount of torpedoes hitting at the same time. So yeah, this is just very bad. Lovely, good stuff. And you were torpedoed on going out by a destroyer, by some. Flosser class, okay, so it's not quite as bad, but still. Yeah, so major victory for us, of course. And indeed, I would consider this a very, very big victory. 12,000, 13,000 points nearly, and that we're gaining over there. Penobscot Bay. And we could be building a battle cruiser. Should we be reworking this design? Too bad. So what was that? That was the... Damn, how did I call it? Constitution? Constellation? I think it was the Constellation. Battlecruiser, 40,000, 43,000 tons. Big forward armament, lots of secondaries with autoloaders. Yeah, looks like a decent ship to me. Some weight remaining. Not that much. Good torpedo defenses. It's going to be extremely costly to build. 30 months. 5 million. Can we afford 5 million? Only if we scrap some of the building of our light cruisers. And I think they're more important for now. So 30 months, that's not going to be active in the current war. So you know, I think that's going to be all right. We can't risk that. So one more thing I want to send over here is these guys here will go to trade protection. It's only one ship actually, because this guy is still suffering some issues. But yeah, that should give us some leeway in sinking some of their submarines. So Italy has joined the war with another battleship, another 2 battle cruisers. So 2 battle cruisers sunk, just one more to go, and 2 carriers actually. Let's look at their carriers. The Aquila and the Astor. 44 aircraft, 32 knot speed. That's a very fast aircraft carrier. Right, let's look at our bases, and Tunis in particular. Northern Africa? Or Mediterranean? Yeah, Tunisia. Let's build up the airbase in Tunis. Stavanger we've already built up to the max. Let's look at our air groups. Oh, I know why the Saratoga didn't have anyone. Because all of your things are in reserve. Oh, that's a little bit silly. Alright, oh, that's okay. So what did we have over there then? I think we had certainly some fighters. So that's probably the shift over here, right? So you guys. Can I move you to Saratoga? Yes. Yes. Yes, and that does leave us with 24. And you were on the Langley, I guess. Maybe we're shifting this around, doesn't matter too much. I think they were a little bit smaller, right? So they might only have had 22 aircraft. Yeah, that should be okay still. So you guys are going to come up on the Saratoga. Yeah, you too. So that does leave 2, and you are going to go on the Langley, and then we're going to shift these around a little bit. Yeah, I think that does make sense. Okay, so yeah, some very small groups over here. I think though the dive bombers are a very fine thing to have around, so I don't want to decrease their number at all. So yeah, let's actually only change this here to 6. Doesn't matter that much. Maybe these are going to be used for scouting. That would be great. And over here likewise. Let's change the number of these guys here to 6. That's fine. Yeah, so you guys are ready. You're all veteran status. Some of you are only good status. Specifically, well, Philadelphia, you have medium bombers. Okay, that's alright. Stavanger, we've introduced some medium bombers. That's okay. I forgot in terms of... Yeah, we are trying to get new medium bombers. So they are fairly old. Torpedo bombers are also fairly old, but... yeah, let's see about that. Okay. Right, very good. So... yeah, nice battle cruiser battle over there. You are taking a long time to repair. Is it maybe time to scrap you entirely? 24 aircraft. And you're costing us 400. You're nearly costing us as much as the Saratoga class itself. Well, only because you're being repaired, but even so, I don't think these guys have a very long future in them. Maybe we can continue to use them to hunt submarines. I mean, they do have a very nice 12 anti-submarine warfare rating. Of course, that's nearly as much as a destroyer, or it's a little bit more than a destroyer only, and destroyer is much better. So let's also look at our forces disposition. So where are the enemies? Well, I think we want to continue to be around over here. We could come towards these waters, or these in fact. Try to strangle the United Kingdom and France over here in Northern Europe. What have they got? They've got a battleship, 2 battleships and a battle cruiser. We'd need to move at least, yeah, I think it's fine. So if we move up our battleships, okay, let's move the battle cruisers. Let's move the battleships. Let's move the slightly bigger aircraft carriers, the Yorktown and Le Bon classes. That should be okay. Right, and then we need some Raleigh classes. I think 4 should be fine. We also have the San Francisco classes working up. They should be ready fairly soon. And then we're going to take at least a couple of Reed classes. I think all of the Reed classes are going to come along to Europe. Flosser can stay on the east coast. Light carriers are going to stay on the east coast. You guys here doing your trade protection are going to stay? Okay, that's fine then. So yeah, let's move these ships to Northern Europe. That should be okay. And then I only saw a couple of the Hull class. Did I see some active forces over here? No, you're Flosser. Oh, a Hull class though. So yeah, you're going to go to trade protection. Trade protection, trade protection, trade protection. No, all of you are on trade protection, so that's fine. Why are you not leaving? Okay, because you're damaged for some reason. That's alright. We should have enough forces then. Good. So you know what? Let's take the next turn. Panama, Haiti. We've commissioned 9 submarines. Increase in submarine capabilities. CIC, so increasing our combat air patrol effectiveness. That's very lovely. And the submarine has sunk Lake Owen in a gun duel. That's silly. We are sinking 3 submarines, 4 submarines. That's lovely. They are sinking 5 ships. That's not good. And here's a convoy attack. That's very nice, but I think this is a very good place to put in a cut. So we're going to find out what's going to happen here next time. They've got some battle cruisers. We've got some battleships. This is a medium-sized battle though, so we are not going to use all of our forces. But let's see. You know what? Looking forward to see you guys next time. Bye bye.